The era of earning university degrees and hard work by some African young men seems to be coming to an end. Some young men in Ghana today are only interested in getting quick money whichever way possible. They flaunt the lifestyle and dared the system. And now, with the U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigation's FBI breathing down Ghana's neck, the game is changing. These aren't just random names. They're the faces behind some of the biggest online scams Ghana has seen in the last decade. Ranging from so-called secret rituals to street betrayals, these young men turned fraud into fame. But at what cost? Before the FBI started making serious moves in Ghana, scamming was almost a badge of honor on the streets for these school dropouts. For many of these young guys, it wasn't just a hustle, it was a lifestyle. Flexing online, throwing bundles of cash at discotheques, cruising around town in expensive cars, and beefing over who scams better on social media became normal. Now that it's all out in the open and the feds are in Ghana, let's help shine some light on the people who once proudly showcased this life. Following are a list of some popular guys. 1. Foster Investments. Foster Investments is often compared to Nigeria's hush puppy. He presents himself as a real estate mogul and forex trader, but according to insiders, he specializes in business email compromise, BEC, and various other online scams. Foster is a well-known name on the streets of Accra and commands street scamming respect because he claims to be rich. He hails from Salt Pond in the central region. Next is Chris Waddle. Chris Waddle was arguably the face of Ghanaian online scams in the early 2000s. He glamorized fraud through music and flashy social media posts. Although he has now moved into real estate and other ventures, his influence in the fraud world is solidified. He founded Arab Money Gang, AMG, a group that groomed several known names like music artist Medical, David Ducey's, AMG Benjamin, and others. Most of these guys are alleged to have funded their early careers through scams. Next is Abu Trika. Abu Trika, a rising name from Swedru, who represents the new school of fraud in Ghana. He is loud and active on Snapchat, as well as reckless with self-exposure. He posts stacks of cash and regularly drops scam updates online. His obsession with fame may be his downfall, as his antics placed him on the radar for international investigators. He is also known to be a ripper. That is someone who scams other scammers and plays double games, which has made him even more infamous. Abu Trika was arrested in Accra in mid-December 2025 and is awaiting extradition to the U.S. to face an $8 million romance scam case. Next is Medical. Medical isn't just a Ghanaian rapper. He's also long been suspected of being neck-deep in online fraud. He was brought into the limelight by the AMG group. It's therefore no surprise that he is surrounded by people with fraud associations. From his manager Kofi John to friends like David Ducis, Kevin Fiano, and J. Bod, most of his close circle have suspicious money trails. Next is Mystic GH. Mystic GH is not your everyday scammer. He's known as a ripper, but not just of victims. He rips off other fraudsters who seek his tech help. According to reports, he is allegedly protected by some politicians and police officers around his vicinity. These ties have helped him stay low-key while still profiting massively. His game is riskier than most of the scammers, but so far, he's managed to stay ahead. Next is Ku Arhin. Ku Arhin is all flash. One moment he's traveling across Europe, spending like a king. The next, he's flat broke and back on the grind. Then he hits again, and the cycle continues. He pretends to be involved in music management online, but most of his alleged wealth is believed to come from frauding innocent victims. His lifestyle is unpredictable, but his hustle has been consistent for years. Next is Davido Ghana. Davido GH is not to be confused with the Nigerian superstar Davido. This one is based in Arabia and claims to be a music executive. But behind the scenes, he's been a major player in online scams, particularly in East Legon area, one of the suburbs in Accra. Before the FBI's recent interest in Ghana, he was all over social media flaunting his illicit money, cars, and alleged scam strategies. Next is Kamat, also known as White Demon. You may not have heard his name, but White Demon is well known in the scamming circles. He's one of those guys who claim to have spiritual powers that help lock victims during scams. He claims to have helped several boys cash out with his rituals. His reputation, built through underground circles, puts him firmly on this list. Then we have Lancaster and Arrangement. These two operate as a pair and are said to be former boys of Ku Arhin. After learning the ropes from him, they started cashing out on their own. Their biggest mistake is getting addicted to social media fame. That exposure has made them targets of both the public and law enforcement. And finally, there is a Prince Todd. If there's one name that stands out for being slippery, it's Prince Todd. He's not just a fraudster. He's rumored to be a federal informant. Despite being linked to several major online scams, he has never been arrested. Many of his former associates in the U.S. have been jailed while he still walks free. News on the streets claim he cut a deal and now feeds the feds with intel in exchange for immunity. So there you have it, folks. You may have expected some names to be on the list, but they weren't there because it's either they are off the streets or picked up by the feds. What these street hustlers always forget is that in the world of scams, nothing stays hidden forever. The feds are watching, the streets are talking, and social media bloggers will keep exposing what the mainstream media is too scared to report. So, what do you think? Is it about time society started naming and shaming such ruthless individuals living flashy and extravagant lifestyles that are not funded by album sales or concert tickets, but through illicit means? Well, if you enjoyed listening to the modern-day fraudsters who are glorying fraud as normal in countries like Ghana, then kindly leave your thoughts in the comments section below, and thanks for tuning in. I will be back with the next broadcast. Good day.